The aftermath of the previous arc, we see Tanjiro, Nezuko, Zenitsu, Inosuke, Komatsu form their hard-fought battle. The master expressed his joy following the victory and how he's convinced that they'll be able to defeat Muzan in this generation. In an alternate dimension, we see a demon who realizes that one of his comrades has been killed by a demon slayer and does some parkour. He missed the other upper rank demons. 5, 3, 2, 1. Lord Muzan expresses his disappointment in all their failures. The upper 5 demon says he got useful information that will help Muzan. Upper 1 puts upper 4 in his place and he is mad. Upper 4 and 3 are sent to a certain location, while 2 is sent somewhere else. We then see Tanjiro's dad thanking Kokushibo for saving them, but Kokushibo says that he is not special or anything because he was unable to protect what was important to him. That saddens him, and we find out that it was Tanjiro's dream. One dude announces Tanjiro is up, and the girls come rushing in to see him. He gets told Zenitsu is already on the mission. The sound hashira went to a foursome, and Inosuke is literally on the ceiling. Tanjiro passes out while they are making noise. Tanjiro heals, Inosuke gets back to work, and Zenitsu wants to get back home. Mr. Akanazura is mad that Tanjiro destroyed the sword and hasn't sent a replacement yet, so he has to go to the village himself. Some people escort him there, but puts blindfolds to protect the location of the Swordsmith village. He arrives at the village and gets instructed on what to do. Then of course, we get to see some hashira tits. He meets the chief and welcomes him, telling Tanjiro that Mr. Akanazura is still missing. Then, when he's about to go to the hot spring, we get to see more tits rushing to Tanjiro's face. Anyways, he gets to the hot spring and meets Genya, who doesn't want to talk to him. They eat and talk about Genya a bit, and decide to bring food to him instead. They don't find him there, and Miss Sanroji has to collect a sword. Tanjiro then decides to go look for the secret weapon Miss Sanroji told him about. He encounters Tokito, demanding something from a young swordsmith. Next to them, Kokushibo is standing there, and Tanjiro immediately recognizes him. But then, Tokito slaps the kid for refusing to give him a key. Tanjiro intervenes, but gets put in his place. Tokito belittles the swordsmith and demands the key. Tanjiro defends their word, but Tokito knocks him out because he doesn't give a fuck. When he wakes up, he finds the man, who's a mechanical doll taken by Tokito. They find him training with it, and the swordsmith explains that it's an old creation modeled after another swordsmith who has then lived for hundreds of years. Tokito breaks the doll, and Koketsu gets sad because he has to continue his legacy. He gives him a talk and inspires him not to sob. So Tokito broke the doll's arm, took his sword because it is broke. Kosetsu then asks Tanjiro to train with it. The training commences and he seems to be having problems with it. Kotetsu teaches Tanjiro through the training sessions for days. After training to exhaustion, Tanjiro hallucinates, wakes up and has enhanced senses and lands a blow. With that, he is able to keep up with the doll, jumps, and lands a nice hit on the neck. The doll breaks and the sword is revealed. It starts off with Kosetsu telling Tanjiro he should take the sword for himself. Of course, Tanjiro refuses. They pull it out and find out that it's rusty. Then, Mr. Hakanazura comes from the forest and proceeds to take the sword. It's revealed that he's been training so he can forge a stronger sword for Tanjiro. He then takes the rusty sword to go restore it in 3 days. Tanjiro then talks to Genya, reminding him of their first meeting. He also gives him his suit back from his hot spring. Then, a swordsmith gets killed by an upper-class demon. It then shows that the demons have found the secret village. The myth Hashira then asks Tanjiro if he's seen a swordsmith, Mr. Hakanamori. Then, a demon appears and the fight starts. They realize how powerful the demon is as they both have trouble. The demon splits into 2 other demons. Then, Genya appears saving Tanjiro, but ends up creating more younger demons. Tanjiro asks Nezuko to save an injured Genya. The myth Hashira then saves Kosuke with an inspiring words from Tanjiro earlier, with an emo Hashira killing a heck demon and ultimately protecting Eyebrow Smith. Then Bro asks socially awkward Hashira to help incompetent Hakanazura finish the sword by defending him. Then on the other side, Tanjiro slashes a vulture demon into bits, weakening it kinda. So apparently these guys are weaker eventually. On the other side, Genya is stabbed as fuck, but is able to shoot one of the demons but can't kill him. Bro kinda looks like he lost consciousness, but kinda jumps up to do an attack that fails immediately. Then, Nezuko gets a foot in her stomach by a demon. She tries to retaliate by breaking their limbs as always, but she also takes a big fat L. Now, back to Sister Complex Tanjiro. He's still struggling with Batman. Then back to Genya, who isn't dead, but just singing Ice Spice lyrics. He then promises a demon a whooping. Now, back to Tanjiro again, running from the chicken demon, luring him back to where Nezuko is. He also saves Nezuko from the demon, but still takes an L. Bro, everyone is getting their ass whooped in this village. Then the tuna demons attack the incel Swordsmiths and it's mayhem. Then of course what's a high-stakes scenario without a big jugs, bright-haired girl on ecstasy to save the day. Tokito and Kosetsu save Mr. Kanamori, who's been attacked by a fish demon. Tokito asks for his sword, and Mr. Kanamori says, "I bet." Then they bounce. On their way to the shed, they sense something. It's the vase upper four demon. We then see demons catching mad bodies in the village, until the thick-ass hashira comes and saves some swordsmiths. We then see the chief already taking an L until Bay comes through to save the super helpless chief. Bro even thinks he's dead because of the warm jugs, I mean beautiful lady holding him. Now we see Tanjiro and Nezuko fighting for their lives, getting completely outclassed by the demons. But Nezuko holds on to the sword tight. Now Vase bro is facing off Miz bro, and this bro really says, check this out. Shows them absolute torture. Some gruesome shit. Tokito is like, you think you're funny, huh? Swoosh, slash. I have no emotion. You don't want none of this. Demon is like, have you seen Nemo? Boom, needles. Yo, Moss, catch this. Not on my watch. Pierced. Hashira's like, you must not have heard about me. Slash. Demon's like, no, you must not have heard about me. Drown no jutsu. We then see that Nezuko was trying to give Tanjiro a cool power-up all this time. Bro goes into his memories for some extra motivation, becomes All Might, says, come get this. Swoosh! I'm him. You don't know this. Swoosh! Don't play with me. Demon heads flying. Bro then looks for the other demons. Sees that Genya already took care of business. But wait, what's this? Genya, what the? It turns out that the demons are not dead, but unable to immediately regenerate. Genya tells Tanjiro he'll beat him to become Hashira. Wait, Genya isn't Hashira already? The demons regenerate and begin fighting once more. Tanjiro finds the demons but can't get to it. He asks Genya to go find and pop it. But the other demons interfere and give him gang problems, also stabbing Nezuko in the process. You know what happens when Nezuko is getting bullied? Swoosh, swoosh, slash! And Nezuko also gets on some burn motherfucker burn. Genya finds the demon, but it's really small, tries to cut it, breaks sword. Another demon finds him, goes into his memories. Apparently he comes from an abusive family. He only wants to win the approval of his brother by being Hashira. His big bro went looking for his moms one night, but a beast came inside the house and killed everyone. But his bro saved him. Turns out his mother is a demon. Anyways, he blamed his brother for killing her and is regretful of it. Then Tanjiro saves bro and gives him some motivation. Then Genya saves Tanjiro, ending up having holes. Says Tanjiro to look for the other small demon. And slash! Because the small demon, he struggles to cut the head right off, until another demon, lurking behind him, disturbs and attacks Tanjiro. A wolf-type demon appears and keeps trying to attack Tanjiro. He tries to escape it the best he can until Nezuko jumps in to save him. Another demon has appeared, but wait, where are the other 4 demons? Ain't no way, did the other 4 demons merge? The younger demon absorbed the other demons, fusing with them except for the smaller one. The demon's aura is really overpowering to Tanjiro and Genya. Then, let me see the demon explain his dumbass reasons why he hates them, but Tanjiro calls bullshit on it. He then promises the demon's hands. Bro is like, you don't know the people like hell, so chill. Tanjiro is like, shut the fuck up. Bro gets mad. Slash! So the Hashira is still on the water. Tries backing out then fails. Throws in the towel, says Tanjiro gets confused. The demon goes after Mr. Nakayazora and is locked in on trying to fix Tanjiro's sword. Demon is pissed because he's getting ignored. Attacks and fails to break his focus. The Miss Hashira realizes he has a massive ego. Leokil tries saving him, gets stabbed, and blows bubbles to him unlike that impenetrable water barrier. Basao realizes Tanjiro reminds him of his dad. Escaped from the water prison, he realizes he's much weaker now. Then he gets a flashback. He remembers a time when he enjoyed helping his father with work. One day he took care of his sick mother while his father went looking for medical herbs. On that day, he lost both of his parents. He finds himself alone, but he has a twin brother. The brother grows pessimistic about depending on other people because of the circumstances they lost their parents in. He seems to be a voice of hope, while his brother was a voice of despair. Life continued with different attitudes towards their reality. One day he goes fetching for some water and sees a beautiful woman. She's the master's wife, hoping to help, but his brother drove her away. She told him they are descendants of form breathers and they could help kill the demons. The brother gets mad and tells him how they are worthless and will never amount to anything, and then tells him to never bring it up again. The lady used to come back, but his brother drove her away again. One summer, a demon comes into their home, about to attack. His brother saves him. At that moment, he got so angry, he was able to harness power and defeat the demon. Worn out, he crossed to his brother inside the house to find his brother dying and praying for him, saying he's kind and he wants to help others. We then see him killing the small demon and saving the kid. He focuses his attention to the face demon and attacks him fast, but misses. Attacks him once more, but the demon is able to stop his attacks again. With that, his swordsmith gives him a new sword and is thankful. Gets a flashback to his first swordsmith giving him words of wisdom. With his new sword, he swoosh, slash, swoosh, slash, jump, flash, swoosh, slash. The tension is high. Mr. Kanazura is still sharpening the blade. Demon warns Tokito to not underestimate him. Tokito tells him, "Facts over feelings, my guy. Your head is mine." Demon gets mad at Bro and starts trying to roast him. Gets roasted back. So hard. Bro loses it. An all-out attack. Tokito like, "You mad, huh?" Slashes them all. Countering his counter in the process. Goes after his head. But the demon shed his skin before he was able to kill it. Demon tells him, only 3 have seen him in that state and never lived to tell. But Tokito like, "That's cute." Gets Bro pressed even more. Reveals his mimic form. Tokito is not impressed at all. Launches an attack at Bro, dodging his attacks. Continues to roast the demon. Demon tries to get back and just gets way more roasting. We flash back to when his brother died and the master's wife visiting him. They take Tokito away to stay with him and he basically becomes very determined to get more stronger. Back to the demon attacks him while he keeps dodging until he does his misbreathing, masking his location. The demon struggling to find him. We see him asking the demon if he realizes that he wasn't being serious all along. Slash! Head goes flying. Demon is shook at what just happened. The demon tries to regenerate, shouting at him, and Bro just done. We flash back to when the master was giving him wisdom about being himself. He stares proudly at this moment. He is him. He then, from absolute exhaustion, loses consciousness. Also, Mr. Kanazura is still on the sword. Kotetsu comes to them wounded, but tells them his stomach stab was saved by the flame hashira's hilt Tanjiro entrusted with him for his new sword. Tokuso remembers a time with the flame hashira sparking a vision of his family embracing and congratulating him. Back to Tanjiro, we see him facing off against Wolf-style Dragon, but seems to have a bit of a problem with it. Nezuko has her hands full. Kenya seems to be in a pinch also. Tanjiro tries relentlessly to find an opening and handle business, but the demon attacks and eats Tanjiro. With everyone struggling, it seems hopeless. Even the demon professes a dub, till thick girl Hashira comes up, slash, 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 and saves Tanjiro. Now she turns her attention to the demon. Oh! The love Hashira confronts the demon face to face and gets insulted by being called a hoe. She is shocked by the demon's bluntness. The demon attacks with the dragon, but Tanjiro warns to be cautious. The love Hashira nullifies the attacks, impressing Tanjiro. The demon launches another attack, but she swiftly handles it with her sword, slashing through the scale. As she is about to strike the demon's main body, it unleashes a powerful blast at close range, leaving her in shock. The demon moves in to finish her off, triggering a flashback. In the flashback, she is shown at a bridge with a man who tells her she will never find a husband due to her unfavorable appearance. She is rejected and feels inadequate because of how she looks. Even as a child, she was special and loved to eat, but worried about finding acceptance in marriage. She even dyed her hair black to fit societal expectations. She contemplates where she'll be accepted for who she truly is. Then, Genya, Nezuko, and Tanjiro come to her rescue. They protect her and lead her to safety. The demon launches a fierce, lightning attack, but the hashira deflects it. She vows to retaliate and take down the demon. The master reaffirms her worthiness and explains that people fear her because of her strength and voluptuous figure. She realizes her strength enables her to save others. There seems to be some romantic tension as Orochimaru gives her socks. Determined, she goes after the demon directly, instructing the others to search for his main body. The battle intensifies, and Tanjiro discovers the body. The hashira grows stronger and faster. She develops a mark on her neck and slashes the dragon. Tanjiro and the group continue their pursuit of the demon's body, but encounter a shield-like structure. They must break through. Genya starts devouring the body successfully. Tanjiro launches powerful attacks, aided by Nezuko's flames from her blood. They manage to open the demon's shell, but fail to kill it. The demon escapes once they chase it. The demon recalls being scolded in his past. It is chased and halted by Genya throwing a tree in his path, allowing Nezuko to charge at it. Nezuko strikes the demon, misses, runs away. The chase is still on. Time is really not on their side. Sanjiro's legs break down, but then gets a flashback of Zenzu telling him about how his legs are essential for fire breathing to be more effective. Tanjiro collects all his strength in his legs and jars full speed, slashing the monster. As he's cutting the monster, it grows and crushes Tanjiro's head. He kind of passes out, but Genya comes to help. Nezuko also comes in from the back and uses their blood to burn up the demon. It looks like Tanjiro is close to getting his head, but they fall over before it does, with Nezuko following. They fall down. The demon is hurt and tries to trap and hurt, and still determined to beat the demon. The demon runs to find humans to eat. Tanjiro breaks free and plans to go after the demon until a voice calls him out. There comes from a distance his long-awaited sword, drawn by Tokito. Then he passes out. Then Tanjiro, with his new sword, charges directly at the demon. The sword makes contact, then slash. The head goes flying. But wait, the sun is coming up. Nezuko is not in the shade. Tanjiro tries warning her, and Nezuko comes to him. But she's only coming to warn him about the demon that is just cut off, that the head is off, but yet is still chasing the Swordsmith. Tanjiro realizes he messed up and must fix it, but oh no, the sun is up, and Nezuko gets burned real bad. But the demon's still chasing. He cannot ask anybody for help. He has to do it all by himself. He's left with an extremely hard choice and can't make up his mind. But then Nezuko makes his mind up for him. As she's burning, she basically tells him it's okay. Then you get a flashback of all the times they were together, all the fights, trials and tribulation, or they live it all. Damn, am I crying? He charges straight ahead at the demon main body that is still inside. Slash. We see a flashback of the demon. It was a murderer who blamed his life flashing before his eyes. Tanjiro puts his final strength to cut his head and is successful at it. He's won this fight, but at the price of Nezuko. He cries and cries, but the Swordsmiths tell him to look, and woe is Nezuko standing there not dead and burned. She smiles and says good morning. He doesn't believe it. Nezuko didn't die. Seems to be immune to the sun, but still looks like a demon. Tanjiro hugs Nezuko and is completely unbelievable. Genya is also happy. With that, Tanjiro passes out. Back at the forest, the love hashira seems to be struggling and is about to die until the demon disappears because of the main body defeated. She is glad. We then go to another area where we see Tsume is coming to give tea to Toshikuni, who looks to be happy that somebody can withstand the sun like Nezuko has. Looks like glad. Then one of his maid's heads gets chopped. The little guy. And now he plans to eat Nezuko and conquer the world. A flashback showing his past where it seems like he has some incurable disease. He looks to just thirst for death. He kills his doctor but finds out that the doctor actually cured his body. But the catch is, he can't go into the sun. He would die if he did. With that, he started killing and eating humans, killing multiple armies sent to at how he couldn't go out during the day, and sought a way to make the medicine. But he killed but he killed the doctor before he knew how to find the herbs and leaves needed for it. Planned to make enough demons until one that can stand the sun is born, like Nezuko. Now, he only has to eat and absorb her. Tokito then thanks Tanjiro for helping her with words. Tanjiro thanks him for the sword until the fuming Mr. Akanazura comes, asking about the sword, thinking that Tanjiro broke it. Miss Sanroji comes through hugging everyone. Then Nezuko speaks to her. She's shocked, but, well, she's amazing, so she's cool with it. Others, like Lady Tamayo, are also thankful of Nezuko, about how her blood has made amazing breakthroughs, and their journey prepared her for all of this. She sends a letter using a cat to Tanjiro and Nezuko. At the village, we see the residents rebuilding the destroyed village. Tanjiro, about to leave, asks to talk to the chief. Mr. Ganazura is seen trying to hide, but the chief calls him in, bullies Tanjiro as always, and tells him he's going to enforce the sword, so he must wait for it. Says his goodbyes, and the escort comes to take him away. The carriage stops and all the village people shower him with thanks. They agree not to put the blindfold until they've left, and this arc ends.